Hello and welcome to Loppy Loves Iceland. If you haven't been here before, my name is Lauren and on this channel I talk about my life as an immigrant living in Iceland. In today's video I am going to talk about 5 things that I think Iceland does better than the UK. And as in all of my videos, these are just my personal opinions and I'm not trying to offend anybody. So the first thing might surprise you. The first thing on my list is banking, which might be a bit controversial given Iceland's history in the 2008 financial crisis. But I really do think the banking system in Iceland is better than what I experienced in the UK, at least before I moved to Iceland. It's been a long time since I have used banking services in the UK. It is incredibly quick and easy to set up a bank account in Iceland. When I set up my British bank account, it was a long time ago, I was 17, so it would have been about 2011. It took a long time, there's lots of verification. And of course, that needs to happen, you need to prove who you are with ID. But it did take a long time, and I think there was a lot of paperwork to fill out. Whereas in Iceland, it took not even 10 minutes for me to open a bank account here. It was incredibly fast. I also really like that in the banking app here, at least the one that I have, you can actually get your PIN number for each card. And I have found that useful before because there have been times that I've forgotten my PIN number and it's very useful to have it there in the app. That was never a feature that I remember with my bank in the UK. Maybe things have changed, but I really like that. And also my bank here in Iceland has been very quick to block any suspicious transactions, even if it was me that made them. And I actually experienced this just a week ago. I went to make a final payment on a holiday that I'm going on later in the year, and my bank instantly blocked it as a suspicious transaction. And they blocked my card from making online international purchases, but I could still make purchases within Iceland. And I emailed them about it. They were very quick to resolve it. And there was one issue where the person who resolved it, she called me on the Friday to get things resolved, and I couldn't make any purchases internationally over the weekend, and it was a bank holiday weekend. So on the Tuesday, when she was back at work, she emailed me and she was so apologetic that it was just an oversight that she missed, but she was very, very apologetic about it, and it was solved instantly after she realised what had happened. But I think they are very, very efficient here. Things get solved quickly and just easy to use as well. The second thing on the list is the work-life balance. So I do think Iceland does this very well. Maybe some people disagree with me, but at least compared to the UK, my old working hours, I feel like I have a lot more time for myself here in Iceland than I did back in the UK. Back home in my last job, I was working around about 60 to 65 hours a week because I had to do a lot of overtime just to make ends meet. Here in Iceland, my standard 40-hour work week, it's, I earn enough money and I also live very close to my job. It takes me 5 minutes to walk to work, and the longest commute I had was when I moved to Selfoss and I was still working in Reykjavik, and it would take 1 hour. But that's just a standard commute back home. So it wasn't an issue for me. And that was only for a few months until I found a job in Selfoss. But most of my jobs have been, within a 20-minute commute in the capital, and here in Selfoss, within a 15-minute walk, which is really great. And I really like the, really short commute time. It adds so much extra time to your day. Just something to add because it comes up a lot. We're not all doing 4-day work weeks here. That's a myth. Some people are, and I think it's people working for the government. But I'm not 100% sure. And the majority of us are still working, a 5-day week like everyone else. Number 3 on the list is enjoying nature. Now that's to say that no one in the UK enjoys nature. I certainly did when I was back home, and I know a lot of people that do. But I feel like more people in Iceland appreciate nature and spend time in nature than in the UK. Iceland doesn't really have any proper cities besides Reykjavik, but even that I wouldn't really consider it a city personally. It's still quite small. And people just are generally more connected to nature. And I feel like in the UK we have quite a lot of people who are just city people who don't enjoy spending time in nature and would not enjoy going hiking, would not enjoy going for nature walks or camping. And I feel like there's a lot more people here that do and really respect it and appreciate it. Number 4 on the list is swimming pools. Now, I do enjoy swimming, but I don't really go swimming very often. I actually can't remember the last time I went swimming here. In the UK, I also was going swimming for about a year and a half, like every week before I came to Iceland. And the pools in the UK are often indoor pools. There are some outdoor pools, we call them lidos, but not that many that I can think of. Especially not in my hometown, I can't think of a single outdoor pool. But yeah, they're indoor pools and they're cold. I think it's something about having to keep the temperature a certain level for, I don't know, bacteria or something. And there's a lot more chlorine in the pools, but then they're really not warm in the UK, and it's not nice getting into them. Unless it's something like a Turkish bath, you know, more a warmer pool, which is meant to be like that. But if it's just a standard swimming pool, it's pretty cold. And in Iceland, the majority of them are lidos, they're outdoor pools. There are still some indoor pools, but also they're warmer, considerably warmer than the British pools that I have been to. Just more enjoyable. And it's really nice going for a swim outside, especially in the winter if you're in this warm, not like hot tub water, there are hot tubs at the pools as well, but just in the main pool, it's warm, but it's not like hot. It's really nice going for a swim in this warm water, especially when it's like dark outside and it's snowing. It's so cosy. And the final thing on my list is tap water. I always drank tap water in the UK as well, but it does have a kind of strange taste to it, especially depending which region you're in. Some regions have worse water than others. I don't think our water's that bad in Birmingham, but I think it does taste a little bit chemically, you know, a bit like chlorine, kind of. You can use a water filter, of course. My nan used to have a water filter, so we'd always drink filter water at hers. But in Iceland, it is just pure, fresh water, straight out of the tap, that doesn't need to be filtered. It doesn't need anything doing to it to just be delicious. Just really, really refreshing water. So that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with the things that I've said, and if there's anything else that you think Iceland or the UK do better than the other one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!